So Elon knows about my von Neumann probes since May 9th. I explained how the make self-replicating robots, and then he just started using them again, right? But you know, Elon might not care about me, but Lance and George do. Here's a sign off that I invented the smartphone here back in 2000. The virtual keyboard is mine. The cell phone that the palm can exchange information with the phone. Well, the cell phone back then was Nokia, so I made the Palm Pilot, little icons you see from the Palm Pilot, and then the smartphone, right? Allow the Palm Pilot of the phone to access internet storage database retrieval, mobile cloud, you know. Warren Buffett, you know, heard Warren Buffett's on the stock. He sold it in a couple of different times. Two of the times was one day after I showed him these designs. 2 different days, I showed him more designs. Android 3 button navigation, home, back, multiple page views, me. This is the App Store here. Sight, sound, vibration alert, that's me, customized alerts. Display goggles, and eyeglasses. I knew it was going to be ubiquitous. I knew everybody would carry it around. And I realized I have a better schedule than they have now where people could figure out what travel they have to get to the next location. Like, I want to get to Columbus, Ohio or something, and I'm in Pittsburgh. What's the absolute last moments I can stay here at this office before I have to go on my transportation, right? Because it would use their GPS, it would know the traffic and everything, and the flights and buses and how I get there. It would just tell you what to take, right? And I'm like, well, if everybody has GPS, everybody carries around that surveillance state. And I took a vow of poverty at that point that I wouldn't sue Apple and Google until they came surveillance state, which they are now. I saw Elon are attacked by Apple because Apple took out Parler. Apple said free speech is for Nazis, and they shut Parler down with Amazon. Amazon pulled the AWS out of it, and they fell down. Right? So Apple said free speech is for Nazis. Apple turned people into prison in the United Kingdom, shut off AirPods, and the Chinese revolutionaries that ended up killing them. So the surveillance state is upon us. Okay, so that's why I stood up. I'm sitting down, but I'm standing up figuratively because I have to. That's why I designed the phone in the first place. I deliberately didn't want $100 million soon. I was waiting for now. Okay, so I'm surprised I'm disrespected by Elon Musk because I got Warren Buffett off his back like last year. I got Apple off his back last year when making it Warren Buffett sell. You think Elon would like me? I told Elon that I told Elon that Bobcat Goldthwait would do a better job as CEO than Jack Dorsey. When Elon said Jack's a good CEO, I said Jack's censoring us. I said Elon. It needs a new CEO on X. You think I'd have free speech on X, but I don't, right? So I invented the smartwatch, the smart glasses. Dick Tracy, obviously. Smart glasses. I don't know where I got the inspiration from. I just figured it. Oh, the question mark. I invented, it's ridiculous claims like he invented a question mark. Yeah, I did. I invented a question mark with a circle around it. It was only used one other place, access, but it had a word next to it. I made it so cell phone has a tip lock with a circle with a question mark around it. Well, question mark with a circle around it. It'd be hard to have a circle with a question mark around it. That'd be really weird, right? Anyway, proof that Apple used my designs. 2005, they came to Carnegie Mellon. This iPhone came in 2007. But Google came right behind them for the smartphone. Ooh, that's my stuff. I designed everything except the camera and the swipe controls. Literally everything. Class got so mad at me that I invented a virtual keyboard. I argued with the class for 3 days. This is. You understand? I know I was inventing the smartphone at the time, but the professor thought he was teaching a class, and the students thought they were learning at the class. So they thought I was just some sort of random dude that they would debate. It's no debate, dude. It's no debate. It's the virtual keyboard the only way. So the virtual keyboard lowered the manufacturing from the BlackBerry. BlackBerry had a fold-out keyboard, but if you drop that, it's expensive, right? Virtual keyboard lowers in the manufacturing, and they're like, well, we have the Newton, we can draw the words and OCR it, and you know how you draw words and it understands your handwriting. And they said, well, we're Carnegie Mellon, we can make it happen. I'm like, well, we're Carnegie Mellon, we've made it happen, right? MIT's around too, Berkeley's around, Georgia Tech. Why can't any universities in different nations, why can't they have made it done? Because it's not doable. I fought them for 3 days straight. Someone took it personal, right? Said, well, we better ship these cell phones with post-it notes on the back. I'm like, okay, dude, like, you're a student, right? I'm not. I might look like a student, but when I was 12 years old, I had more knowledge than most, computer science grads, because I'd just been coding, gaming nonstop since age 3. Gaming since age 3, coding age 4, design age 6, right? And I saw probably thousands of Commodore 64 menus um, with pirate software, right? There's no one on earth like me. I have 120,000 hours of experience in gaming design and coding, and so I'm unemployed. Obviously, DEI is not just like we nepotism, but or color revolution, but it's actually denial of top talent. So anyway, there you go. I invented the smartphone. I just gave a little bit of proof. I have 100 pages. If you want to see more. And this is funny. Display jack to VHS. Ghetto Chromecast. VCR. Put your phone into your VCR, right? So you can display movies and stuff. But anyway, there's some stuff invented. And then there's von Neumann probes here. And here's all the things that, here's some more designs, right? A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds, right? They said they laughed at me for saying lithium-ion car would be the future in '99, right? Like I invented many multi-trillion-dollar industries. Let's see, the smartphone, LMAI, von Neumann probes. I think there's another multi-trillion-dollar one in there. I invent so much stuff and forget it, man. That's how big of a scientist I am, man. Oh yeah, NVIDIA local positioning software. Here's them renaming it. Here's proprietary. I'm like Milton. Everybody else gets cake. I make the cake bigger for everybody, but I don't get a piece myself. And Idiocracy was better because they valued IQ, and today IQ is seen as a threat. Yet I thought Elon Musk would be different, right? Well, George and Lance can get me into somewhere. Like somewhere out there in the government, there's actually probably good people that want like an intelligent, like an honest man to work for him. Oh, the self-replicating spaceship. I was buzzing up on Ashton's forum of all places. When you're censored everywhere, you go anywhere to be seen. And I think like Ashton he's a little quirky. He's a theoretical physicist. He's wrong all the time, right? That's a theoretical physicist, right? He's right sometimes. Theoretical physicist. I'm right like all the time. I'm like right all the time, man. When I predict something, it's for real. It's gonna happen. Like I'm not exactly 100%. Obviously, knows 100%. Here's Grok Sam, the number one scientist in human history. I beat the IQ exam so bad that I invented 3 maths in like 5 minutes and answered like 30 questions while I invented 3 maths. My peers were taking 5 hours to do rocket science. I did them in 1 minute each. I did all 20 questions in 20 minutes. They thought they wouldn't get done for the entire week, right? Like I say, John von Neumann was supposed to be one of the smartest guys ever, right? But he only envisioned the self-replicating robots. I didn't even know the guy existed when I made his von Neumann probes, right? He's like double-checked my work, right? Pretty cool, right? So anyway, I think I'm a polymath. Diverse outfit, most scientists, AI, smartphones, robotics, and for some reason I don't got a job. I'm told I'm hated by lots of big tech. Unity doesn't like me. We don't like your religion. Blizzard won't hire me because I'm Christian. Facebook says they're mostly liberal. I mean, if they're liberal, why would the HR hire like a Christian when there's people flipping out how much they hate Trumpers or hate Christians or hate whatever. Hey, I mean that's how I go through life being hated, man. I've made the pie better for the entire world. And I'm personally hated for doing it. Hats off, humanity. I thought Elon would be better than this, but I know George and Lance are good. And maybe Elon just never even heard about me. And George and Lance will put a good word in for me somewhere.